Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 48 of solving the object-oriented programming system questions with the help of Python. If you are very new to this playlist, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. In this playlist, we have been solving questions based on object-oriented programming. We started from a very basic idea, very basic logic, very basic concept and very basic questions. We move on to day 2, day 3, day 4, where we were increasing the logic like and difficulty like anything, and then so on and so forth. We have been increasing the logic and the difficulty level like anything. So this is the question we will be solving today on hybrid inheritance. If you are very new to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. So let's start this tutorial and solve this question based on hybrid inheritance. So first of all, I would like to ask you guys to solve this on your own first, and if you are unable to solve this question, then you can of course follow my method. Then let's first of all create a class called animal. I am reading a paragraph number 1 where we have to create a class called animal with attributes, species and sound. Implement a method called make sound that prints out the sound of the animal. So let's do this as so let's create a parent class. The parent class name is animal, so class animal we will be creating here, and we have to create instance attribute. First instance attribute is species, so we will be writing species, and second attribute is sound, and I will be writing self dot species is equals to species, self dot sound is equals to sound, and then I will be creating def display sound method that will be displaying the sound, and then I will be just writing print the sound f string and double quotes. I will be writing the sound of the uh, self dot species is self dot sound. So I'm just using all both of these instance attribute in my single display sound method. In my single method, I'm just using both of these attributes. So I'm just saying the sound of the species. So a species could be anything XYZ species, and the sound could be anything XYZ sound. Now first we have created the animal class. Now let's now move further to our paragraph number 2, where we have to create two child classes with bird and mammal both inheriting from animal class. So let's do this as well. We will be creating a class uh, child class, and the child class is bird, child class bird, and second child class is mammal. We will be simply writing here class bird and close it by parenthesis, because it's a method, it's a child class and it will be inheriting from a parent class. So the parent class name is animal, and we will be just passing this right now. So for now we will be just passing it, and then we will be creating another child class that is mammal. So we will be writing mammal here, mammal, and again closing it by parenthesis, and inside those parentheses we will be writing the name of the parent class. So name of the parent class is animal, and then we will be passing it again. Now this part is done. Now let's see what they are asking us next to do. So now we are done with say paragraph number 2. Now let's move further and read paragraph number 3, what they are asking. So for the bird class, add an additional attribute wingspan to represent the wingspan of the bird. Implement a method called fly, and that prints out the message indicating that the bird is flying. So we have to introduce an additional attribute that is wingspan to represent the wingspan of the bird. So simply I will be just removing this pass from here, and I will be writing definite. I will be using definite function. Now you see that we are still using superinit function. So now in this tutorial I will be explaining, in this tutorial on day 48 I will be explaining you that why we will be not using superinit function, why we will be just using the class directly. I hope that you can recognize, you can remember that when we did question based on multiple inheritance, I just explained it to you that why we were using the classes directly, the name of the class directly. So for now, just let's write superinit function. Then when the error will be coming, I will be explaining it to you. So I will be writing self dot wingspan is equals to wingspan. After this, I will be writing a method called display. What was the name of the method? The name implemented method called fly. So the name of the method is fly, and that prints out the message indicating the bird is flying. So simply we'll be writing fly here and close it by parenthesis and writing cell between those parentheses, and then I will be just printing a f string here, closing it by double quotes and printing a message that the bird is flying. As simple as that. Now I hope that this part is done too. So we are done with paragraph number 3 too. Now let's move further and create an additional attribute for our mammal class 2. So we have to introduce an additional attribute numlegs to represent the number of legs of the mammal. Implement a method called walk that prints out the message indicating that the mammal is walking. So it's simple that we will be writing definite here again, and we will be introducing another instance attribute that is numlegs, and I will be writing self dot numlegs is equals to numlegs, and simply I will be writing a method that is saying walking and self here inside those parentheses, and printing a simple statement that the mammal is walking. So simply we are just printing a message that the mammal is walking. Okay, all right, now we are done with our mammal class 2. Now it's time to create our grandchild, that is pet. So let's create a grandchild too. Now this is an interesting part where we are creating our grandchild. So grandchild bat, we will be writing a class named bat. So class bat. Now grandchild bat. So I will be writing bat here, and then it's a child class. So its parent class would be parent class would be 2. So it's a parent class. Now its parent class would be 2. So they are bird and mammal. So I hope that many of you have already guessed it, and many of you is many of you might already know this. Now I will be writing bird here and mammal here, and then I will be writing definite function. I will be using definite function again. Now again you will be seeing a superinit function, and again I will be just telling you in a moment that why we are not using superinit function anymore. Why will we not using it now? So now this is a part of multiple inheritance where we use directly the name of the parent class. So that's why we will be using the name of the parent class, because it will be getting confused with that which init function it has to use. All right, so there are many number of init function, as you can see that it has init function in this too, in mammal too, in bird init also there, and animal it is also there. So we'll be just simply writing that animal dot init, and then bird dot init, then mammal dot init, so it will be not getting confused. So in a moment I will be telling you. First of all, let's run this what we are getting right now while we use superinit function. So first of all, let's write echolocation, and then I will be writing self dot echolocation echo location is equals to echolocation. So I have to introduce in another attribute, that is echolocation. Now in the second last paragraph, it says for the bat class add an additional attribute echolocation to represent whether bat uses echolocation or not. So it's a boolean value, it will be returning true or false. And implement a method called display info that calls the make sound method from the animal class to print out the sound of the bat. So we have to create a method called display info. So let's write def display info, close it by parentheses, and inside those parentheses we will be writing self here, and then we will be writing self dot uh, display sound first. So it will be just returning me the sound method from our animal class. Then it will be just we will see what we have to do next, method from the animal class to print out the sound of the bat, and also print out the wingspan, number of legs, and echolocation ability of the bat. So we will be just writing it self dot display sound, self dot display what was the name, self dot fly, and self dot walking, and we will be printing a message here that says that f string, in this it will be saying that echolocation true or false. So self dot echolocation. So we have created our grandchild too, but there are some errors, and I will be showing it to you while we create an instance and run this code. So first of all, create an instance of the bat class with the specific values for a species, sound, wingspan, number of legs, and echolocation. Call the display info method to print out the information of the bat. So first of all, let's create an instance here. So let's say xyz is equals to bat. So bat is our grandchild. It will be taking how many instance attribute it will be taking? 1 2 3 4. All right, so I will be writing, let's say, x species, and sound it makes is x sound, and wingspan let's say 20 centimeter, and then I have to give a true value that it uses echolocation. So simply I will be writing xyz dot display info, and now you might be thinking that everything is all right, and if I run this, it will be throwing me an error. As you can see, it's saying that mammal dot init missing one positional argument numlex, because we haven't used num location. As you can see in our bird, we are however we are inheriting mammal parent, we are inheriting from mammal parent class, but we are not using actually our what was the name of the attribute, numlex. So we are not able to use numlex in our bat class. So to do resolve this, what we can do, I can write it like this. I can write the name of the parent class, that is mammal dot init, and I will be writing self here, and after this self I will be just passing all the values from here and pasting it here. Alright, so numlex I have written it here, so I have to also put it in my definite function, that is numlex and separated by comma. Now if I run this, it will be again showing me an error, because bat init function uses one positional argument echolocation. So what we will be doing here is, instead of super here, we will be, since we are using the name directly in our bat class, let me zoom in. Since we are using super since we are using the name of the parent class directly here, we will be removing this, and instead of super we will be writing bird. Now we will be putting self here again. Now if I run this, Now we can use our five instance attributes. Now we can use them, and if I run this, it will be showing me an error again. It's saying that init function missing one positional argument echolocation. So as you can see, we are using 4 arguments, and however there are 5, right? So let's give a number of legs argument 2. So a number of legs, let's say 4 are number of legs. It has 2 number of legs. Now if I run this, it's again showing me an error that mammal.init function is reversing one positional argument numlex. We have put all the attributes. You can see there are 5 attributes in our bat: species, number of legs, sound, wingspan, and echolocation. And bat has also 5 attributes: species, number of legs, sound, wingspan, and true. But why it's the error is coming? So let me explain it to you. So the error is coming because we are using super init function here. So if I replace super with the class name directly, it won't be showing me an error. Why it would be showing me an error? Because the init function is just getting confused that which init function it is taking. So it is getting confused that where to inherit from. So it's creating an ambiguity that between both of these. So you while we just use this, while we just apply, if you are not able to understand this, so you can just put it like this, that while we just uses multiple inheritance, we use the name directly of the class. So we will be putting animal and putting animal here as well, animal here as well, animal. And I have to also put self here because it's inheriting from that, and putting self here as well, self. And now I will be running this. So as you can see that it's not showing me an error anymore. So I hope that you have understood this. So I have to rectify something, that I have put a wrong spelling here. Flying, of flying, I have put H instead of G. Now display method returning the sound of the X species is sound. So I can just see that a self.display can return me a display sound method, and self.fly is also running, self.walking is also running, and print self.location is also, echolocation is also working. So the sound is of X species is X sound, the bird is flying, echolocation true. So what is lacking here is I haven't put two curly braces. So I haven't put the, means I haven't closed this self dot walking with parenthesis. Now it won't be it will be just printing me 4 values. First it's printing the sound of X species is X sound, the bird is flying, the mammal is walking, echolocation true. So now it's working absolutely fine, and I hope that you've understood it, that why we have used why we have used the name of the class directly instead of using super init function. So to give you a basic, very clear, very basic understanding of this, why we use it, because to means it was getting confused. So you can just keep it in mind that whenever we use multiple inheritance, we use the name of the class directly. So you can put it like this, that whenever we use multiple inheritance, we will be putting the name of the class directly instead of using super init function. So I suppose that now you have understood it, that why we were getting error, and now why we have used the name of the parent directly. So this was all for today on day 48. I hope that you have liked this tutorial and you were able to just understand the topic, and you were able to apply the logic. Thank you guys for watching this video, and see you next time.